on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
This is Starr Radio UK. This is Starr Radio UK.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prampram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prampram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodoma, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Prum, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodoma, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse. Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
In your car.
At work.
At home.
On your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. Hey, this is Archie and you are listening to Starr Radio UK and The Morning Show.
This is Starr Radio. This is
UK.
Starr Radio
UK.
This is Starr Radio
UK.
Welcome. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio. Starr Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
All right, let me say massive good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth and those of you on other planets as well. We want to salute each and every one of you and welcome you to the Friday edition of the morning show. This is Starr Radio UK and I remain yours sincerely, the one and only.
This is the morning show with Archie.
Okie dokie do. Yes, so it's going to be a very, very special day here in London where it's cold and, in other parts of the world, somebody will tell you what the weather is. But great, Brian. Brian, I hope you are doing very, very well. It's been a while, but I hope you are doing good. Massive good morning to you. And I'm saying good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy, and then to Mr. Dan Tabiri, CEO of JL Accountancy Services. He's not going to be with us today, so we'll not bring you the money hour. But God willing, tomorrow, apologies, next week, Friday, after the Wednesday the submission or presentation of the budget by the Chancellor of the Exchequer. He will be here on Friday. That's next week Friday. That is the 29th. To is it 28, my apologies, to bring you everything that you need to know there. All right, so in a gist, that's what's going to happen. But let me say good morning to Bishop Adesina Anthony Adedeji Shamsuddin, wherever you are. Good morning to Mr. Laimi Koiki, Mr. Frank Davis. Good morning to you. All presenters on Star Radio, you guys, salute you. To Eben, good morning. Maggie Kwabia, good morning to you. Antonia, good morning to you. To Delta Hammond in Ghana, ma'am, Mrs. Ryder Hammond, Master, good morning to you. Atakovi, good morning. Niana Najo, I salute each and every one of you. Let's crack on. Yes. So by way of the quote for the day, what does it say there on the 21st day of November 2025? With the time now 11:24, it says a truly wise person will value humility and counsel of others. You don't know it all, so value humility and counsel of others. That's quite an interesting one there. Massive good morning to each and every one of you who's tuning in this morning to join us. And let me take this opportunity also to appreciate the guests that I had yesterday. Councillor Tama Barrett of Croydon, and then Madam Mary A. Adepojo, who also joined us on the program yesterday to represent a worthy cause, the MVAWG, and the event that is going to be taking place. I'll be bringing that up in the next moment. But if you are in the Croydon catchment area, you want to be part of it, yes, make sure that you do so. But good morning to the team behind that match that is going to be taking place tomorrow. All right, then, before we proceed on, let's go straight to the weather front as well, because it's a bit nippy, right? It's a bit nippy, and what have I got news for you? Yes, when it comes to the weather front, yes, this is how the weather is going to be for you, for those of you in London and southeastern part of England, for today and over the weekend. Now, this afternoon will be dry and chilly with plenty of sunshine. This evening and the early part of the night will be dry and clear, turning cloudier from the west towards the end of the night. Another cold night expected. Top temperature is going to be ranging from 6 degrees to 0. And then UV level low, pollution low, sunset 1604, sunrise for tomorrow morning 0728. But when it comes to the weekend weather for Saturday, it will be a cloudy day with outbreaks of rain pushing eastwards, turning drier later in the afternoon, but variable cloud, a milder day as well. And on Sunday we'll see early cloud and rain. This will clear for a time in the morning, but in the afternoon, some further areas of cloud and rain looks to push in from the west. So that is a bit there for you. Average temperature, okay, on Saturday will be 8 tops and the lowest 6, and then Sunday 10 tops and the lowest 5 there. Okay, so that's by way of the weather forecast for you. This is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okay, now let's move on to your travels as well. So on your travels this morning, apart from the Metropolitan line that is experiencing minor delays on the entire line, all the underground lines are running a good service. DLR, London Tram Link, London Overground, good service there. All right then. Now on the major roads in London as well, A12, A2, and A3 are all experiencing serious delays. If you can avoid them, do your best to do so. The Riverbus is running a good service. The London Cable Car, good service there. Bringing us to the final segment of the travel update. That is the National Rail. And what have I got news for you? Keep your eyes on the roads as we do so. Now, Avanti West Coast, East Midlands Railway, Northern Rail, Southwestern Railway, Southern and Transport for Wales are all offering special services. That aside, all the others have no exceptional delays. So, running good services there. Let me put it this way. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep your eyes on the roads. Let's take a quick break. We come back and I take you global trotting. Stay tuned and don't touch the dial. Hey, Charlie, you're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy, you stressed out, tired. Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233244941 002 or 00233200606 and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We march for justice, we march for safety, we march for change. Stand with survivors and say no to male violence against women and girls in Croydon. The MVAWG March, an event taking place tomorrow, Saturday, the 22nd of November 2025. The time exactly 10:30 a.m. The march, the first part of the program will kick off. That is the march from the Croydon University Hospital, London Road. There will be a pause and a pickup from 11:30 a.m. At Marks and Spencer's North End, West Croydon, and then from 12:15 exactly, at 12:15 exactly, the march will end at the Croydon Town Hall. Then the second part of the event will kick in from 12:15 to 2 p.m. Speeches and performances, storytelling and refreshment will be taking place there. For further information, contact Say No to mvawg@gmail.com, or you can follow them on Instagram at MVAWG, and you can scan the QR code that is on the broadcast at the moment, and you can be part of it. Yes, that is _MVAWG on Instagram. All right then, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. Now let's go global trotting. Yes, so what have I got news for you? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Now, Reform ex-Wales leader has read pro-Russia MP script in European Parliament. A court has been told Nathan Gill is being sentenced at the Old Bailey after pleading guilty to 8 counts of bribery. Okay then, that is in the UK front. And in other stories making the rounds, Strictly Starr arrested on suspicion of rape. Okay, and Trump yet to speak to Starmer over BBC. And Friday night drug deals helping Russian war machine. UK crime agency has warned. And Starmer arrives in South Africa as G20 gathers without Trump. We know Trump says he's not going there. Okay. Now, in other stories making the rounds, so there as well. Zelensky says ready to work with U.S. on their vision for ending Ukraine war. Concessions are going to take place, but he says that, well, I mean, looking at the number of the devastation that is taking place and everything, it is the best way forward is just to hack into whatever peace deal that will be. But what would it cost them? Anti-Hamas armed groups seek future role under Gaza peace plan. Well, so there's going to be some skirmishes going on in between those groupings there as well. An India fighter jet pilot killed in a crash at Dubai Air Show. Oh boy. And at least 41 people are dead after relentless rains flood in Vietnam. And Venezuela says opposition leader will become fugitive if she collects Nobel prize. She was nominated, she won the Nobel Prize, but if she go collect it, Venezuela is saying that the Venezuelans are saying that she's become a fugitive. And scientists have revealed what triggered Santorini earthquake swarm. I'll be telling you more about that. Also, in Africa, pupils abducted from Catholic school in fresh Nigeria attack. So then Trump would say, what I said was right, and Nicki Minaj championing of the whole situation to seem to be right there. But what do you think about all that? We're going to be telling you more about that. If you're Nigerian, if you're listening to us and you're coming from that part of the world, do you think having a foreign entity or country say we are going to come in there to sort whatever thing that is going on in your country is a fair deal? What do you think? South African women stage purple protest over gender violence, and the Nigerian separatist leader sentenced to life for terrorism. That is Nnamdi Kano. There, we're going to tell you more about all that as the program goes on. In other stories as well, South Africa and EU ink critical minerals pact champion multilateralism, and we'll be telling you more about that. Okay, now let's move on to some other stories making the rounds. All right. Now, in other stories making the rounds this morning, that is just drop in. Just bear with me. Let me get that up once again. And that pertains to Nnamdi Kano's fate. And yes, IPOP has reacted to Nnamdi Kano's judgment and break silence and what they're going to be doing next. Well, we had some of the representatives, about 44 of them, that was the day before yesterday, writing a letter to appeal for clemency by the president, but we don't know. Southeast leaders push political solution after Kano's life sentence. And what is that political solution that's going to be taking place? CBN, more work needed to improve Nigeria living standards under the reforms that they are undertaking during this time. A gunman kidnapped Catholic school students in Nigeria. Latest attack. Well, this one feeding into Trump's narrative that, well, Christians are being targeted. The OSP should not investigate claims against itself, Manchester South MP has said. An MFWA board questions police detention over false news cases, says affected persons should sue for defamation. Well, yesterday we had a group of women in here, 2 women in here who were championing or talking about abuse that were violence against women and girls. And but in Ghana this morning, the Art Foundation director said appreciate women's autonomy in marriages. Now, if you're a man listening to me this morning, or if you're a woman, or you are in a relationship, empowering your wife, empowering your girl child, empowering your partner, how do you feel about it? Do you feel threatened? He said, no man has the right to abuse a woman. Angela Dramina has said there. We'll be talking more and be looking more at it. Well, interestingly as well, they say you spare the rod, you spoil the child. I think this man took it to the extreme where a father has been arrested for allegedly killing a 13-year-old daughter with cane and metal. So use a cane, a wooden rod, and a metal rod as well to teach the girl common sense, and the girl has passed on. Okay, and Supreme Court has dismissed the Blue Gold FGR application to quash High Court ruling in favor of Health Goldfields as without merit, and illegal mining threatening herbal medicine in Ghana. Everybody's making a noise, right? Okay, but who are these aliens who are undertaking this? Let me put it that way, for lack of words. That's why I'm using that deliberately. Who are these aliens? They are not Ghanaians. They don't live on our planet. They are not part of our community. Who are undertaking this illegal mining, or galamsey, as we put it? This is becoming too many. Afenya Markin clashes with First Deputy Speaker, and police under fire over arrest and continued detention of journalists who have been arrested. University of Ghana has changed its status to admit LGBT plus activities. Okay, let's see. And a couple have been arrested for allegedly beating a 13-year-old daughter to death. Ha! Well, this and a lot more going to be coming your way this morning. It is Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London, bringing the time now to 11:39. We take a quick break, we come back, and I'll bring you the details of all the stories making the rounds this morning. Don't touch the dial. Starr Radio UK.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medase.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancehall taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Starr Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say order, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program. Let's continue with the show. But again, we march for justice, we march for safety, we march for change. Stand with survivors and say no to male violence against women and girls in Croydon. MWAG March, an event taking place tomorrow, Saturday the 22nd of November 2025. Two parts to the program. The first part kicks off from 10:30 a.m. at the Croydon University Hospital, London Road. There will be a pause and a pickup from 11:30 a.m. At Marks and Spencer, North End, West Croydon. Then 12:15 p.m. the march will end at the Croydon Town Hall. And the second part will kick in from 12:15 p.m. to 2 p.m. There will be speeches, there are performances, storytelling, refreshment. Yeah, for further information, contact Say No to mvawg@gmail.com, or you can follow them on Instagram on and okay, that's mvawg. Okay, there. And underscore MVAWG and underscore MVAWG. You can follow them there and give them the support that they need. You can also scan the QR code to be part of it. Say no to male violence against women and girls. All right. Okay, now let's bring you the details of the stories that made the rounds this morning. This is Starr Radio UK, the Friday edition of the morning show. So, kicking off from here in the UK front. I'll pick one story from here. The Prime Minister has arrived in Johannesburg in South Africa for a gathering of world leaders at the annual G20 summit. The summit brings together the 20 biggest economies, although Donald Trump has decided not to attend over widely discredited claims that white people are being persecuted in the country. That's a Keir Starmer, whose critics label him never here because of his frequency of his international trips, will emphasize the benefits of a Prime Minister acting as an ambassador for UK business abroad. Now, before the summit, formally opened. Sekia will visit the Johannesburg depot to see trains that were built in Derby, and announce a new deal with the UK while provide strategic advice and consultancy services to South Africa's railways. An organization called Cross Rail International, which is owned by the UK government, will carry out the work. It has also signed a deal with Vietnam to provide similar services there. Downing Street argues that Africa provides what it calls unparalleled future opportunities for UK businesses, given half of Africans are under the age of 20 and more than a quarter of the world's population will live in Africa by 2050. I will focus on the deals we can do, the businesses we can do with our partner countries, and make sure that the work we do internationally is impacting directly at home, he told reporters. On the flight to South Africa. In a quote, he said, if we want to deal with the cost of living and make people better off with good, secure jobs, investment from G20 partners and allies, it's really important, he added. Of course, he's not towing the line of Donald Trump, who says that he thinks that there has been an extermination or the killings of whites in South Africa. I don't know what you think about that. It's quite an interesting one. People have been saying that memorial bit that was on the road where Trump was referencing was one that wasn't a grave site, but it was a memorial place that they set up there. But they said that, he's got pictures to say that, well, that is what is going on, and therefore decides he doesn't want to be part of that, though the world's biggest 20 economies will be meeting there. I don't know whether President Z and others will be there, but we'll see. We'll have Putin be there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK, let's move on to other parts of the world because of our time this morning. Well, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says he's ready to work with the U.S. on their vision for ending the war with Russia. Under the widely leaked plan, Kyiv will cede significant areas of Donetsk region of eastern Ukraine that it still controls, cut the size of its army, and pledge not to join NATO proposal it has previously ruled out. The White House has pushed back on claims that Ukraine was not involved in the drafting of the plan, which emerged following meetings between U.S. President Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and the Russian counterpart Kirill Dmitriev. Now, provisions in the draft plan come across as heavily slanted towards Moscow, and it's received carefully diplomatic response from Kyiv. Ukraine has relied heavily on U.S. military support since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion in February 2022. But President Donald Trump has shifted the U.S. position so that further aid is funded by its NATO allies, and securing a peace deal has become a priority. The draft Witkoff Dmitriev plan emerged as Russia claimed small territorial gains in eastern Ukraine, and Zelensky faced a domestic crisis implicating top officials in $100 million corruption scandal. In his nightly address, the Ukrainian leader said U.S. military officials in Kyiv have presented its proposals, the point of a plan to end the war, their vision. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now let's move on to some other stories making the rounds this morning in the world front. Urgent questions are being raised over a patchwork of armed groups that have emerged to fight Hamas in Gaza over recent months. They include groups based around family clans, criminal gangs, and new militia, some of which are backed by Israel, as its prime minister recently admitted. Elements within the Palestinian Authority, which governs parts of the occupied West Bank and is a political rival to Hamas, are also believed to be covertly sending support. But these militia, each operating in its own local area inside 53% of Gaza's territory, currently controlled by Israeli forces, have not been officially included in U.S. President Donald Trump's peace plan, which calls calls for an international stabilization force, a newly trained Palestinian police force to secure Gaza in the next stage of the deal. So let's see what happens on that front. Well, Hossam Starr leads the counter-terrorism strike force militia near Khan Yunis. Well, let's see how that all pans out for them. Because again, somebody will look at, but for the actions of Hamas, these destruction or devastation wouldn't have occurred. However, another group will say, but with what has gone on, they are of the view that they could have done something if they had the right or the power to have stopped that from happening, and now want to take over from there. But let's see if it's not been captured in the agreement. How is it all going to be working out there? It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. In Venezuela opposition leader will be considered a fugitive if she travels to Norway to collect a Nobel Peace Prize, the National Attorney General has said. Now, Tariq William Saab said that Maria Corina Machado, who has been living in hiding to avoid arrest, was accused of acts of conspiracy, incitement of hatred, and terrorism. The 58-year-old was named as the prestigious prize recipient in October, being praised for her efforts towards a peaceful transition from dictatorship to democracy. She has long denounced President Nicolas Maduro's government as a criminal and called on Venezuelans to unite to depose it. Now, many nations view his rule as illegitimate. Machado, who has long been one of the most respected voices in Venezuela's position, was barred from running in last year's presidential election, in which Maduro won a third 6-year term in office. But with Americans and Trump on his neck and virtually at their doorsteps, this threat, do you think Machado will concede to it or what? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. All right, let's move on. Okay, we have to now go to the African front to look at some of the stories making the rounds there as well. At 11:50, and let me announce the lines. Or the line open. Yeah, you can call us via Teams, and it is let's look for Starr Radio UK, and then you can dial in. Right? Good.
Call the studio now. Call the studio now. Call the studio now.
Okay. Starr Radio UK. Let's move on. An unknown number of people have been abducted by armed men from a Catholic school in central Nigeria, marking the second school kidnapping in less than a week. At least the latest attack targeted St. Mary's School in Papiri, Niger State, where authorities had already ordered the temporary closure of all boarding schools due to rising security threats. Now, details remain unclear, but residents fear that close to 100 students and staff have been taken away during the early morning raid. Now, Nigeria has faced a renewed wave of attacks by armed groups in recent days, including the kidnapping on Monday of more than 20 schoolgirls from a boarding school in nearby Kebbi State. The police said armed men, locally known as bandits, stormed St. Mary's School on Friday at about 02 hours local time and abducted an unconfirmed number of students from the hostel. Fear and uncertainty have gripped their area as families wait for news. Authorities in Niger State said the school had disregarded an order to close all boarding facilities following an intelligence warning of a heightened risk of attack. Now, regrettably, St. Mary's school proceeded to reopen and resume academic activities without notifying or seeking clearance from the state government, thereby exposing pupils and the staff to avoid risks, they said in a statement. So virtually they are placing the brain at the doorsteps of the school, because if you were warned that there is a imminent attack, that they're going to be kidnapping or stuff like that, and then you went on and without informing the authorities in the state, and then this has happened, then who? Now, police said the security agencies were combing the forest with a view to rescue the abducted students. The attack follows claims by U.S. President Donald Trump that Christians are being persecuted in Nigeria, an allegation dismissed by the Nigerian government. But does this prove it? Somebody will say, this week there have been the first abduction that took about 20 students. What kind of school was that? Was it just a secular school, or was it like this one where it's a Christian school, a Catholic school, and therefore they were targeting them? So what exactly is happening now? I mean, remember when Buhari was in power, or when he was coming in, he said he was going to crush them, he was going to do all sorts to them when he comes in, because being a military, an ex-military leader, we were of the view that, well, he will use all his military experience to whip them out or get them out or flash them out, yet we didn't see anything. It rose under his reign. And then we come in, we have the current president, Bola Tinubu. And, well, it seems to be rising once again. So if a foreign entity or a foreign country decides to say that, look, we hear that this is what is happening, whether it's true or false, and with this case now, this one happening only yesterday night, what do you think? What do you think? Should those who are criticize government, those who are calling for or accepting the narrative that the U.S. are making, or the president of the United States is making, that Christians are being targeted, or persecuted in Nigeria, what do you think should be? An official said the terrorist attack all who reject their murderers' ideology, Muslims, Christianity, and those of no faith alike. Now, so they're saying that it's not targeting only Christians, but anyone at all. On Tuesday, gunmen opened fire on a church in southwestern Kwara State, killing 2 people and abducting 38 others as the service was being broadcast online. Now, 2 managed to escape while 23 are still missing with the students. Now, Bola Tinubu, the president, said that this week he postponed his foreign trip to address the rising wave of attacks across Africa's most populous country. Now, what are they going to do? Is he going to seek help? It's quite an interesting one, right? Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We still continue on the African front. Let me bring you this one. No, let's go that one first, and then we'll be back for me to bring you the other bits, because this lines up with the discussion that we had yesterday. Now, interestingly, a growing number of women in South Africa are learning to use guns to protect themselves against gender-based violence. And it says on average 15 women are killed every day in the country, a rise of almost 34% on last year. On the 21st of November, women in South Africa will be staging silent protests, that's today, with calls to stop any economic activity for 15 minutes because of what they say is government failure to tackle the issue, and asking to be declared a national disaster. Your girl child, your sister, your mother, your partner, your wife, your girlfriend. Wow. Interesting one there. Ladies and gentlemen, Starr Radio UK. your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London at 11:57, and we've now landed in Nigeria once again. A court in Nigeria has found separatist leader Nnamdi Kanu guilty of terrorism and other charges following a decade-long legal case full of drama. He has been given 4 life sentences along with other terms to be served concurrently. The prosecution had called for the death penalty for but Judge James Omotosho said the execution were now frowned upon. In his ruling, he said he was satisfied that Kanu had made a series of broadcasts to incite violence and killings as part of his campaign for separate state in southeast Nigeria known as Biafra. Now, Kanu was convicted on all 7 charges he faced, as well as terrorism. They include treason and involvement with an outlawed movement. Now, Kanu always denied the charges and challenged the court's jurisdiction. At the start of the trial, he sacked his lawyers but refused to defend himself. He was not in court when the verdict was delivered after being removed for unruly behavior. Security around the courthouse in the capital, Abuja, was tightened ahead of the verdict in case of protests by Kanu supporters. Once a relatively obscure figure, he came to national prominence in 2009 when he started Radio Biafra, a station that called for an independent state for the Igbo people, broadcast to Nigeria from London. Now, though he grew up in southeastern Nigeria, where he attended the University of Nsukka, Kanu moved to the UK before graduating and acquired British nationality. In 2014, he set up the Indigenous People of Biafra, that's IPOB, a movement demanding independence. IPOB was banned as a terrorist organization in 2017. Its armed wing, the Eastern Security Network, had been accused of killings and other acts of violence in last year. But, well, just bear with me. It's a reaction to that story. The Indigenous People of Biafra, that's IPOB, has finally reacted to the recent judgment involving its detained leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The group is asking for the Federal High Court in Abuja to spell out the exact legal provisions that form the backbone of Justice James Omotosho's ruling. IPOB says the verdict has raised several constitutional questions that cannot be ignored. In a statement signed by spokesperson Comrade Ima Powerful, the group said it plans to break down the judgment in details and publicly highlight what it considers major legal inconsistencies. Now, IPOB stated that it will present its findings to both Nigerians and the international community. According to the organization, the court never tendered any weapons or items linked to violence, and no witness reportedly testified that Kanu committed any offense under Nigeria or international law. IPOB maintains these points were already clear from the courtroom proceedings. The group repeated its long-standing position that the self-determination is a legitimate and globally recognized right. It referenced international charters that protect such advocacy, stressing that calls for a referendum should not be mistaken for criminal activity. Now, IPOB further pointed out that Section 36, subsection 12 of the 1999 Constitution, which said no person can be convicted for an offense that is not defined in a written law. The group is now challenging Justice Omotosho's to identify the exact written law relied upon in the ruling and confirm whether the law is still valid. The statement noted that IPOB will continue to examine the judgment line by line and raise what is described as serious constitutional and procedural concerns. It insisted the case is bigger than the organization itself, saying it speaks to human rights, judicial transparency, and the rule of law in Nigeria. The group also restated its commitment to peaceful agitation and said it will intensify diplomatic engagement with international bodies as it continues pushing its campaign through lawful channels. Now, what is going to be the reaction of the president, especially when a day before the judgment, there were 44 members of the House who petitioned the president, signed a petition to the president that the case should be discontinued and Nnamdi Kanu released. But we don't seem to see anything of the sort. But what do you think is going to happen now? Are they going to increase or go on with their agitation? And again, the question I've been asking is, why don't we give them the opportunity to the community the opportunity to for a referendum? Okay, you people want in, you want out. They go, and if they happen to say that they still want to be in or out, then we can come to something and look at it. But we talk about democracy, but again, we talk about something like a military regime there. Well, it's quite an interesting one, right? This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. So what is it going to be? Are they going to say that the government is also even targeting those who seem to be raising their voices pertaining to what is going on in other places in a country, especially the southern part, where they will say predominantly are Christians? Are they going to say the state has been weaponized against them? Well, now information that's coming through, the wave of mindless abduction has continued unabated in Nigeria as terrorists in the early hours of Friday morning, that's today, stormed St. Mary's Papiri private school, private Catholic secondary school, Papiri, in Aguara local government area of Niger State, abducted an unspecified number of students. Information coming through that the invasion considered a coordinated operation that reportedly lasted between 2 a.m. and 3 a.m. That's an hour's operation. The Niger State Police Command said the abduction took place in the early hours of Friday and that the military and security forces have since been deployed to the community. For what? The harm has already been done. But what do you think about all that? It's all coming away from Starr Radio UK. Is it an attack on the Christian community or what? Now, one other before we leave Nigeria. Now, Southeast political and socio-cultural leaders on Thursday intensified calls for a political solution to secure the release of indigenous people of Biafra's leader Nnamdi Kanu following his sentencing to life imprisonment by a federal high court in Abuja. Now, Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives Ben Kalu, speaking on behalf of Southeast leaders, said they would immediately pursue dialogue with the presidency, insisting that a political solution was both viable and necessary to prevent rising tensions. Now that the court has concluded its work, it is time to intensify the request for the president intervention, Kalu said in a statement issued by the Chief Press Secretary Levenius Nwabugu. All hope is not lost. Our people should remain calm. Kalu expressed confidence that President Bola Tinubu would listen to all to well-meaning Igbo leaders and would not be opposed to a political settlement. His appeal for restraint was directed not only at residents of the Southeast but also at Nigerians concerned about renewed unrest. Well, because we're looking at it, I'm just talking about the renewed unrest that's going to be ensuing after this. But what do you think? The former president Buhari did say that, well, his hands are tied. He will want the legal bit, the court to run its full length, the case to run its full length, and the court sentencing and everything to be done, and then after that he will step in if he has to pardon. But now he is no more. We have Tinubu who is in power now. Is he going to say the same thing, that the case has run its full course now, and therefore he's now going to come in, pardon him, and some restrictions placed on him, so that the unrest in the Southeast will be quelled or brought down to the barest minimum, so that place where Nigeria has got lots of its crude oil coming from will be a peaceful place for people to live, and we can see development going on there. But what do you think? What do you think? It's all coming away from Starr Radio. 7 minutes past the top of the hour, tilting towards the end of the program. But now let's go to Ghana, my happy home. Well, interesting. The Member of Parliament for Manchia South, Nana Ejay Bafo Ewia, has argued that the Office of the Special Prosecutor should not investigate claims directed at itself. Speaking on an ongoing allegation raised by private legal practitioner Martin Kebu, the MP warned that that allowing the OSP to handle the matter could compromise fairness and potentially deny justice to the complainant. He emphasized that the office investigating claims against itself creates a conflict of interest. To resolve those allegations certainly will not be the office of the OSP, he said, and tactically it's even not good because presenting the evidence to him, by submitting yourself to him, you are submitting it to his jurisdiction. You are agreeing that he should resolve those matters. He warned that the outcome could easily favor the OSP. What if, the end of the day, he rubbishes every allegation you have made? You wouldn't have gotten justice, he added. The MP's comments come after the Office of the Special Prosecutor invited Martin Kwebu on Wednesday to submit evidence to support his public allegation of corruption and incompetence against the institution. The OSP says the invitation is part of the due process to establish the facts behind the claim. So who do they want to investigate that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Okie dokie. I know our time is fast spent, but let me bring you a couple of stories from there. Then we can bring the program to a close. The University of Ghana has initiated an internal review into a widely circulated video capturing a heated confrontation between two senior faculty members, Professor Ransford Jempo and Dr. George Domfe, during a live appearance on a TV program. The viral footage, which has sparked intense discussion on social media and within academic circles, shows a fierce verbal exchange between the political science lecturer and the development economists. Their debates quickly escalated into personal attacks, shocking viewers and raising concerns about professional conduct. In a statement issued on Friday, November 21, the university confirmed that internal processes have begun to assess the conduct of both academics in line with university statutes and the code of conduct for academic senior members. Now, these regulations outline expected standards of integrity, respect, and decorum for all senior staff. The University of Ghana demands high standards of professionalism and integrity from all faculty and staff. The statement said, "We expect every member of the university's community to uphold these values, not just in their professional roles, but also in their private and public engagement." The incident occurred during a segment of the Key Point, a current affairs program known for robust debates on national issues. Well, if you watched it, what do you think was happening? Who threw the first mud? And could the other person have come down to take it on the chin or what? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. We're going to be winding up pretty soon. The match will be taking place tomorrow. Violence against women and girls. But are we hearing enough or doing enough in our communities back home? Well, the Ghana police has arrested a 54-year-old Mason Isaac Adonting for allegedly killing his 13-year-old daughter, Celestine Adontin, in Kokrobite. According to a statement from Accra Regional Police Command on Thursday, November 20, preliminary investigations indicate that the victim was physically assaulted with a cane and a metal pipe and other objects after being accused of taking food belonging to her younger sibling. Despite sustaining multiple injuries, the suspect allegedly failed to seek medical attention for her. Now, police acting on a complaint visited the residence and found Celestine unconscious. She was rushed to the police hospital, but was pronounced dead on arrival. And I was talking about this, that poverty. You think if you have enough food, will you go and cane your child for saying that you ate the other siblings' food? You just go and get yourself another one. But people are so impoverished that at times they vent their anger of that challenge that they are going through on their children. But hey, ladies and gentlemen, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now to 12:14. And I remain yours sincerely, your one and only Archie. As we get in close to the end of the program, the Ghana Police Service has come under intense scrutiny after the arrest and continued detention of journalist Samuel Amadoto, a blogger with DKBiglash.net. Now, according to a statement issued by the police on Wednesday, November 20, 2025, the blogger was arrested for allegedly publishing false information about the former board chair of the National Communications Authority and traditional ruler, Ogateche Boache Dankwa Abebio II. The police said that Samuel Amadoto had admitted to the crime and will be arraigned before court on Thursday. That's today. That's tomorrow. A number of notable Ghanaians, including award-winning A number of notable Ghanaians, including award-winning investigative journalist Manasseh Azori Awoni, have called out that the police over its handling of the matter. And it goes on further to say that according to him, information he has showed that the police have been keeping the journalist over 48 hours after his arrest, which is a violation of the country's laws. Well, what can be done? Have they violated the law? And if they have, what can be done about that? But ladies and gentlemen, this is where I have to bring the program to a close for today. It's been quite an interesting one. But God willing, we'll be back on Monday. But I only have to sign up after this quick announcement, as you know, and then I will call it a day. So, we march for justice, we march for safety, we march for change. Stand with survivors and say no to male violence against women and girls in Croydon. MVAWG march and event taking place on Saturday the 22nd of November 2025. There are two parts to the program. Part 1 will kick off at 10:30 a.m. at Croydon University Hospital, where we're going to be meeting for the march. That's on London Road. Reports are pick up at 11:30 a.m. at Marks and Spencer North and West Croydon, and then 12:15 p.m. it ends at the Croydon Town Hall. The Part 2 event will kick off from 12:15 p.m. to 2 p.m. Speeches and performances, storytelling, and refreshment. For further information, say no to mvawg@gmail.com, or you want to follow them on Instagram. Yes, now and even after the match is _MVAWG. For further information, you can scan the QR code there as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this has been your one and only Archie, and I can tell or say in the most happiest and lovely way, it's been a pleasure coming your way. I'll see you all on Monday, God willing. Until then, bye bye for now. Stay blessed. I'm out like that.
Call the studio now. Thanks for listening.